Johnny.
I'm Mandela.
And we have a great show for y'all again today. And today we'll talk about something that most people don't know they're doing, but we're going to help you out. It's good and bad, I would say. It's social media etiquette and the effects of social media on people. Of course, Amanda has all the facts about that. And, that's just what it is. That's her thing. I appreciate that about you.
So let's go into the etiquette part first.
I love the etiquette part because I found some things that I didn't know was like a no-no or like a deal breaker on social media.
I didn't know there was a etiquette thing.
There's an etiquette, like the do's and don'ts. Some of y'all are out here just all willy-nilly doing what you want to do.
Breaking all the rules.
Oh, there's rules to this game. So first one here is going to be tagging friends without asking. Do you do that? Do you tag people without asking?
I am not a habitual tagger.
Okay.
I do occasionally though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually not like something. I don't know. I think there's rules for tagging without asking.
There are rules about that. You don't want to tag someone without asking them if it's okay for a few reasons, especially if it's a picture of them and you. They may be in a situation where they don't want someone to know that they're at a particular location with a particular person in a particular situation. And so here you go, tagging them in the picture, and it's on their page too. So you realize that, right? When you tag somebody, it goes onto their page.
Yeah, see, I don't do that like situationship. Like, I don't care.
Does you? There's like, how many billions of people on Facebook? And a lot of those people are in that situational ship thing. So don't go around tagging people. I get tagged in a lot of stuff all the time that I'm not even in. And I'm guilty. I've done it before where I'll just tag people. When we're promoting like the show or things I got going on, I'll just tag like, I think you could do like 90 people or something like that on there, maybe less. But I'll tag a bunch of people on there just to say, hey,
check this out.
Yeah, check this out. It's not saying that she was with me, but it says with me. It's weird.
See, but I think that like if you're tagging 100 people,
I
don't think it's not like, I think it's different. Like when you're tagging one person, it's like, oh, they tagged this for them, they must be with them, or they must want this person to pay particular attention to this thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's different, but it can become very annoying. Like when you have somebody like tagging you in a bunch of stuff, you're like, what are you doing?
And that should be the etiquette, like tagging obsession.
Yeah.
Like, don't tag me. I do have people that, because I've done like fashion shows and stuff like that, so I have people that are like either photographers or people doing fashion shows or something like that they tag me every time they post something.
Right.
Then I'm like,
that's enough.
Bro, come on.
That's enough. And first of all, tagging somebody is not an invite.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
This is like the
promoters.
This is like bypassing the invitation, and you're going, please just look at my flyer.
Yeah, I know you saw it.
Please.
Because I tagged you. So why didn't you come to my party? I didn't get an invite. Well, I tagged you.
It's not an invite.
That's not an invite. That's a tag.
You know what this goes back to? Communication.
Communication. Go back and look at the other videos on communication.
Be clear.
Yeah, we did a video on that.
Be clear.
Yeah, so tagging people, be very careful, because some people may be in a situation where they don't want people to see who they with, where they at, and what they're doing. And when people tag you on like weird photos, some are like of the nude nature. Have you ever gotten those? Like the videos and pictures? Like, who is this person?
I think I'm just different. I'm different.
I don't get that weird stuff.
No, I just think that, no, not at all. Like in my inbox, I do get some crazy things.
Okay.
But I think that I'm very strategic about the people I keep close to me. Mm-hmm. So I think the people that really do know me, they know better.
But these are the people that don't know you.
Most of them don't I told you that earlier, that when we were talking about this, that if somebody sends me something like really off the wall, block. You're going away.
I have a few people I need to block. I don't know.
Like in the moment of.
Yeah.
Like if you send me something off the wall crazy, it's not. So don't misunderstand. Let's be clear here.
Okay.
If it is something like political or something like that, that is just something I don't agree with, you will not get blocked for that. Because I'm open-minded, you have a difference of opinion, that's fine.
Yeah.
Now, anything like in reference like racial comments or nude photos,
Pornhub links,
eggplant, or anything related to an eggplant, you will get blocked. You will.
Oh, that sounds legit. So, make sure you're not tagging people when they don't want to be tagged. Check on them first. All right.
So, tell me how that phone call goes. Is it a phone call or is it a text?
Oh, it can be an inbox, a text, a phone call. Hey, listen, I know we were out last night, had this great photo I was going to post. You mind me texting you? Do you mind me texting or tagging you in this photo? And then they're like, oh, yeah, no problem. Or it's like, nah, I was supposed to be at work, so don't tag me in that. Because, somebody might see it. Okay. I can respect that because you can get somebody in trouble. I thought you were sick. I was. Well, what's up with this picture? You was at the concert last night. Okay. So you gotta be careful.
All right, I get it.
Be mindful.
I'm there.
And so number 2.
Wait, before we move on though.
Okay.
So here's my thing with that. The only problem I have with that is that just because I post something doesn't mean that I did it 5 minutes ago. Cause I do have that. Like if
some things have a stamp on it though. Like if you went to a concert, it's easy to find out when the concert was. So it's a matter of like being mindful of what you're posting. Because if I posted a picture of like me and you right now sitting in the studio, nobody knows when that was taken. We could record anything anytime. So a little fun fact for you all: for the computer savvy people, you know what I'm talking about. You can take a picture, put it into Google and search. It'll tell you the time and date of that photo.
See, I'm not that guy.
All pictures have data. I had to drink to that one. I felt smart when I said that. It's a real thing.
I'm sure.
It's a real thing. Some of y'all are just weird like that.
I have friends who are like real tech savvy, and they put no pictures on social media or very limited. They're like graphic type pictures, and they go, "Oh, I don't put nothing on social media because people can find everything. They know where you are. They know your location. They know this. They know that." And I'm like, well, I guess I'm just an open book.
Just saying.
I mean, I have a lot of pictures.
Some of y'all work for the CIA, FBI, all that stuff. And
I have a lot of pictures on social media. So.
Yeah, no. Most of us do. I do too. It's nothing that you can go back and be like, oh my God. They can be like, oh, that was pretty cool. If you go search the date and time and place, it doesn't really matter to me.
No.
So, hey, whatever. So, I just asked, don't tag me in stuff that we never discussed. I don't care if we was there together. Don't tag me until you ask me first. Just ask.
Okay.
All right. So number 2, complaining about your job. So most people like
Don't be stupid. That's stupid. That's just dumb.
Your
boss looks at your Facebook.
It sounds dumb.
He does. He looks at your Facebook.
They do.
All of them.
They do. They have a team.
Interviews.
They have a team of people that actually monitor social media activity of the employees. They may not tell you that, but they do.
Oh, let me tell you a very real fact. Somebody came to me and said that their job had called them in and told them they were under investigation and had to take a drug test for a comment they made on social media 4 years prior. Yeah.
Was like a smoking weed comment?
It was. When they were beginning to entertain the idea of making weed legal in places close to Virginia.
Okay.
They made a comment on social media that said somebody posted a picture, like the dispensary type pictures or whatever, and it was a friend of theirs. So they made a comment about I wish or something. I work for the government, so that's a no-go here. Like they just made a small comment in reference to what that person was posting.
So that merits somebody that asked you for a drug test?
Because they work a government job.
Oh, yeah.
So they work.
Know your audience.
They work a government job. So somebody, they didn't tell them who.
Yeah.
But somebody saw that and assumed that this person would be a risk for using drugs, and told them they needed to take a drug screen because of a comment they made 4 years before that. It wasn't even current.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, they really got a team that's like searching, mind you, searching your page to, because it wasn't even his.
Yeah, 4 years
It
back.
was something that was stated under someone else's. So I was like,
it took you 4 years to find that, but.
So be careful. Be careful. And some things we say really impulsively or joking, and we think that it has no weight. Be careful.
So it's not just your current employer, it's future employers as well. They will go on your Facebook page just to kind of see the type of person they're hiring. And if you have anything on there talking about your job, even if it's good or bad, that's a risk.
A prior job.
Yeah, that's a risk.
The type of job, the environment, all of those
things.
The
customer base, all that stuff is you're a risk, and they don't want to deal with that. That's a
or even things that sound impulsive.
Yeah.
Like when people make comments like, "Oh, I was so frustrated, say I want to punch this girl in her face," and you're saying it joking.
Yeah.
But all that shows is, you're a liability.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people don't realize, they're like, "Oh, I just did that playing," or it's not a big deal. It's a big deal to somebody who's paying you to be somewhere. And
right. But see, I mean, where we are now, social media is almost like the review, like Yelp and Google reviews. So even when an employee goes on to social media and talk about their job, you're making their customer base aware of things that they may not be privy to otherwise. You work there. So if it's something that you don't like, take that up with HR. The people on your social media platform, they can't help you.
At all.
They can't. The only thing they can do is make it worse by just egging you on and, making it worse.
Next one.
So the next one. These are really good too. I like this. All right. Posting too frequently. How many of y'all guilty of that? Like all the time. So I'm a poster. Like I'll post maybe once or twice a day. If it's something like business related, I'll probably post a little bit more. But something personal, I'll probably post maybe once a day, if that. Some people post every hour, on an hour, in between the hour. What they eating, where they going, who they with. They put a picture of them doing all kind of random stuff.
Here's my issue.
And have conversations. And the
if
thing
it's something of value, I'm cool.
No, not every hour on the hour.
But some people overdo some things.
This is what I don't like. This is my personal preference. Don't just randomly go live. Have you seen that? People just randomly go live.
Oh, I have. Where they're like, hey.
Hey, what y'all doing? Are you bored?
Hi guys.
That's crazy.
I'm just gonna sit here and wait for a couple more people to come on.
Yeah. Or while you're cooking in your dirty kitchen. Nobody wants to see that. Like, don't go randomly live. That's crazy.
Hey, stop talking to me in your bathroom. I don't want to know what your bathroom looks like. I know. You do your coffee in the bathroom.
The lighting's better.
It's weird.
You can't see my toilet.
You have a good bathroom though.
It's big, but you can't see my toilet.
Your what?
My toilet. You can't see my toilet.
Toilet.
It's in the area where my closet is.
So, yeah, I'm not a fan of the bathroom thing. That's just
but if you're like in the mirror in the bathroom and you can see the shower in the toilet.
I was just gonna say, if you're one of those, that really annoys me. Like when you can see the shower and the toilet, and then if you're the girl in the mirror with the camera and you're like, don't, please.
And your mirror's dirty?
Oh, you can see the water spots? Don't do that.
Toothpaste stains on your counter.
Don't do that.
What's going on here? Can you explain to me why you are taking pictures in your bedroom?
And I promise you, nobody even, no matter how good you look in that moment,
nah.
Nobody even looks at you.
No, they're like,
do you see that?
She's
the toilet.
It's grimy around her. She brushed her teeth.
There's mildew on the sink.
Disgusting.
Has a little black line on the bottom. Do you see that?
You put your toothbrush in there?
Okay, tangent. All right.
All right. So yeah.
So don't do that.
Posting
Just don't
too much on social media. That's photos. That's
Wait, the food and gym posts. The food and gym posts.
Food and gym posts. All right. So let's get into that.
I have friends that post a picture of themselves at the gym every single day. If you're a friend and you go to the gym every single day, I know.
I know you go to the gym. I know you're going.
I know you do.
Yesterday, you didn't like get bigger from yesterday till today.
Cut it out.
I like to see people like progress though. Like if you post the progress of the like workout.
Post your progress.
If you're a trainer,
please.
like do a whole routine so we can do the routine with you.
If you're a trainer, yes, that's what I just said. Post something of value. If you're trying to teach somebody something, great. Somebody's paying attention. I don't care if it's one person. If you impacted somebody, fantastic. Do not post a picture of your thigh every day. I don't care.
I've seen
it's
those.
Annoying.
I've seen those. You know the thing that makes me like kind of freaked out? Is when women take pictures in the tub, but the only thing you see is the lower half. I'm like,
their feet?
No, like the thigh right before like the
right
nana.
Before the thing.
Right before the nana. I was like, so what is this for? And that bath water looks dirty. Like you need to get out.
Like that? Maybe they put a bath.
I don't scratch the picture. No.
Are you scratch and sniff?
No.
No.
I'm not a perv. But I do look at the picture kind of like, okay, so what are we trying to do here? Because I don't even know if this is sexy because that water looks dirty.
I'm showing you my toes.
You letting everybody know you clean? You cleaned it?
Well, not really, because you're sitting in dirty tub water.
How long should you sit in water? Like.
Topic.
Focus. Sorry. Should be a time limit.
But doesn't it gets cold, doesn't it?
After a while, some people just want.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a bath I can sit in, not comfortably. My bath is kind of like small. It's like a regular bathtub.
Okay. All right. Well.
But I don't like sitting in it. I want to sit in like a big old
jacuzzi type.
I want a jacuzzi tub. That's a big old. Anyway.
Yeah. Don't post pictures in that, please.
I would never.
Okay.
I'm not. First of all, for the record, I'm clumsy, guys.
You drop your phone in the water?
Yes.
Yes,
I'm that guy. Like.
I tried. I tried.
And then I'll hear it. Bloop bloop.
Damn it. That was gonna be a good picture too.
I do not. You won't ever see. No. The only way anyone will ever see a picture of me in a bathtub is if I'm like in the bathtub and somebody walks into the bathroom. Like, click up. That's the only way.
That's legit.
Because my phone ain't even coming near a tub. Because I know better.
That's legit. As long as you know your strengths.
I know better. I don't put my phone nowhere near a tub.
Toilet.
If it's filling up,
water.
My phone is not going near it.
That's legit. Hey, I just want to say, I'm not saying don't post your pictures. Just be mindful. Some of that stuff just looks weird, and when you do it all the time, it loses the flair.
Yeah, like, nobody's going, wow, she went to the gym yesterday and today.
I'm gonna like it again. No, we saw it already. It's okay.
You're still sexy.
Yeah, you're still sweaty. It's cool. It's whatever.
So what's the next?
All right. So the next one is overusing hashtags. Now I've been slightly guilty of this because I was told if you use hashtags, you get more traffic to the post. So like for like the show.
Hashtag Insta-famous, hashtag awesomeness, hashtag beautiful, something. Yeah, no.
Now have you seen them long hashtags that just says hashtags? Oh yeah.
A whole sentence.
And you have to like really like pay attention because you don't know what it says. Be great every day. Living your best life, making $1 million, get the bag. That's what that said? I thought it was the alphabet.
You could have just said hashtag get the bag, hashtag live your best life, hashtag, separate it.
Yeah, it seems super overdone and people can see them, which is like, there should be a way to hide your hashtags. I think. It's like BCC when you blind copy somebody.
But what are hashtags doing? They're really like tagging a page.
Yeah, a page or a popular used word.
Yeah, so they're tagging something. Yeah. So does that go back to your tagging?
Yeah, you just no. It doesn't.
I killed it for you, didn't I?
Yeah, it really didn't work that way. I'm gonna hashtag though.
I've hashtagged, just not.
How many do you normally use on yours?
Not normally. I don't use hashtags.
But when you do it, like how many do you normally use?
I'm lazy.
So maybe 1 or 2.
Maybe. Unless I copy paste. I'm just being honest.
You can go to a site that has like the top 100 hashtags. Just copy and paste. If you didn't know.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna do
just
that.
put it inside your little thing and.
Caroline. In there.
Yeah, so overusing hashtags can be a thing. I didn't know that, but and no hashtag stuff in your post that has nothing to do with the picture. Hashtag unicorn. You're on a motorcycle, bro. Like I don't understand that. Is that like a motorcycle thing? Hashtag Diddy. Why did you put Diddy's name in your hash? Okay.
Because if I hashtag Diddy, he's gonna see it. Maybe.
You might have to add him.
Maybe.
He might respond.
He might look.
Might.
He might.
So the next one is forcing a connection.
I'm confused.
We're not friends. Okay? Stop it. You can't make me like you.
Oh.
If I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, I don't like you.
How do you force somebody on social media?
Alright, so when you're forcing a connection, sometimes people can mistake that they see you, they know you on Facebook, that y'all friends. You can reply to a comment, you can reply to an inbox, and you get these, hey, good morning, how are you? And so you try to be polite. I'm fine, I'm great, thanks for asking, how are you? I'm good, and then just go into this whole life rant about everything.
But you can make friends on social media, can't you?
You can. Not all the time. Some of y'all are just weird. It can get weird.
How
it can get
about...
weird when they ask questions they shouldn't be asking.
Yes, okay, here we go. Appropriate boundaries, people. That's it. I meet you on social media. I say, hey, how you doing? You say, hey, how are you? Great, blah, 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 blah. And whatever, keep it real general. Don't be asking people personal questions or establish kind of what you're trying to get out of that. Like people think I'm a little extra when it comes to communication, but it is so important.
Yeah.
It is so important. And I think sometimes maybe I'm just like, maybe a little naive or, you know, maybe I overdo some things.
No,
I'd rather know than not know.
Exactly. I'd rather know why are you, what's up?
What's the goal?
Who sent you?
What's the goal here?
Yeah, because you're inboxing me quite often, and it's random stuff. What's up?
So I have to be clear sometimes about saying like, hey, are you looking for a friend? Are you looking for a buddy?
Yeah.
Are you looking for a girlfriend? Are you looking for like wifey?
Yeah.
Because I am none of those things. I'm not those.
Not for.
Yeah. I'm not those things.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm just telling you so you don't spend excess energy on me. Like find somebody who is willing to be one of those things.
I think that's legit.
I'm saving you. Really.
Yeah. So stop trying to force it.
So that's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about. Don't force it. And I know I heard stories that females said, well, the guys be like, well, you just let me just take you out one time. I'll blow your mind. Stop trying to force it, bro. You look desperate. And if she goes out, she's just there for the meal. That's it. Stop trying to force it.
Sometimes I love food. I might just be hungry. Or broke. Or both.
That's real. Don't hit her back because she's not going to respond. All right, so don't try to force it. It is what it is. All right, so the next one is oversharing your personal information.
We just talked about this. Boundaries. Appropriate boundaries. Another show. But boundaries, people. Just what's appropriate and what's not.
Some people don't know.
That's what I said. Another show. That's not for right now.
Oh, we can kind of touch on it.
A little bit.
So, personal information. People probably shouldn't know where you work. Like, actually work. They can know what you do, but not where you work.
There you go. So, but see, that's the boundaries thing. That's like teaching people something, because what's appropriate for people to know and understand about you, and what's like overdoing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's gonna know certain things about you because it's social media.
Right.
So some things, when people ask me, I'm like,
you've been watching too hard.
Or you're just asking me an unnecessary question because I know I post about this stuff.
Right.
So now you're just being, now it makes you extra weird when you start asking questions that people already know are on their page. Because if you're genuinely interested in me, I know you already went and searched my page.
Yeah.
You just.
From the beginning of Facebook.
So do you have any kids?
You know that.
Come on. You know
that. You just
you
making
already know.
small talk.
You're just making stupid talk.
Yeah.
That's stupid talk. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any children?
7. I got 7.
Yeah, that's what I should do. Or I should just be like, no.
No.
I have kids.
No. Who is that child on your page?
I just like her.
What child?
I like her.
You see a child on my page?
I like her. We're good friends.
I thought I only could see her.
So don't ask stupid questions. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And somebody told me there's no ask stupid questions. That's a stupid question.
That's a stupid question. If you already know the answer.
A stupid question. Don't do that.
It's general knowledge. But yeah, oversharing your personal information, where you work, what you do, where you're at, who you're with, how you're doing it. And so what I've seen that like throws me off a little bit, guys and girls do this. They talk about sex like a lot, like very in-depth portions of sex. Like, I haven't sucked one in a long time.
Ew.
I wish I could be doing this morning, but instead I gotta go to work. I'm like, wait a minute, who are you talking to?
Ew.
Who you talking to, baby girl? This looks a little bit desperate.
I've seen those in somebody's like stories.
Yeah.
That they share like, they're like in their bed.
Yeah.
Doing this number.
Yeah.
It's like weird. Stop touching yourself.
I want to watch. I want to look at it because I'm interested.
It's a train wreck.
I'm interested. It's like I can't look away. Yeah, it's like.
Mm-hmm. It's a train wreck. Stop it.
What do we? Ooh, okay. So, all right.
It's okay. You're a weirdo.
That's a
Don't
thing.
do that. Don't do that.
But people do it though. Like, don't overdo.
You know what's weird is that people will do it. They'll watch this, and they're not talking to me.
And that's an issue.
You're the one.
Come here. You. Come here. Talking to you. You know who I'm talking to.
You're the one.
You're
the one that's saying no. They're not talking.
Me.
I'm so
that's
fine that everybody wants to see that. It's not true.
When you're sad,
it's
okay to be sad. Everybody doesn't need to know how sad you really are.
Stop posting on social media. I need help. Unless you need like help physically, like moving.
There's actual professional people that can help you.
There are counselors.
Those people on like Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat, they can't help you. These people have no idea. They'll make it worse.
And let me tell you, half the people that respond, that are like feeding into it and respond, they're like less qualified.
They're nuts.
They're just as crazy as you are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't.
Yeah.
My heart is broken.
Yeah.
I need help. My life is falling apart. Today is not the day. Somebody please save me.
Yeah.
Oh, please, God.
And ladies, I'm gonna tell you like what happens when you put all that vulnerable stuff out there. The guys slide right in that DM. They be like,
I can make you feel good.
listen, if you need to go and get your mind off of things,
I can help you get your minds off the thing. And
I'm gonna come get you.
I bet you are.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
It gets really weird. So
and you
less
just
personal.
look, tomorrow you'll be posting something else. Way worse.
Or if you're like super depressed, one hour and then the next hour you're super excited, that looks weird.
Oh.
You look a little extra.
That's my life is falling apart. And then woohoo! It's great. It's fantastic. I'm living my best life.
I'm living my best life.
No.
Yeah. And then an hour later after that you probably.
Then everybody knows you're bipolar.
Yeah, it's a little extra.
Cut it out. Stop putting all the extra on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Now, I would say this. I know depression is real. I know anxiety is real. I know all that stuff is real. And you gotta understand, when you put that in the hands of a person who don't know how to manage it, it can become a thing. So if you're one of those people, we're not like trying to like throw you underneath the bus. I know it's a real thing, but try to manage that a little bit better. Social media can't do anything for you. These people are only making it worse.
If you need professional help, get professional help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't reach out to people who don't know what they're doing, because those people will only make whatever mental health issues you have worse.
You know, I always equate when somebody says something like really personal on like social media.
Personal?
Yeah.
Personable?
Personable.
No, personal.
Personal.
Or personable. What is he doing?
You know what I mean.
Personal.
When you say something that's very intimate or personal, here we go. Yeah, we're supposed to turn our phones when we record, but it's okay. But no, when you say something very personable like that or personal like that on social media, if you can't stand on top of a soapbox and like yell that out in the middle of town square, don't post it.
For the record, I want a disclaimer.
Okay.
So you know how phones, you make special people just like you do on social media, special people, right? Special people, family members. So when things like brothers, moms, people like that, they call you, it rings anyway. I didn't even know what to do with that. It's like,
these iPhones.
They just do what they want.
They just do what they want. Okay. All right. So the next one is announcing you're cleaning up your friends list. How many times have you seen that?
All the time.
So if you're one of those people that says, new phone, who this? On Facebook or Instagram, if you see this post, you safe, I'm about to delete you because that's stupid.
I have seen, so I think there's a small rule to this. So people who are literally like, it's like a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm cleaning up my Facebook friends.
Cool.
You're about to da-da-da, or you're out of here.
Just do it.
Just do it. Don't announce that.
Nobody
now,
cares.
For those people who have like 5,000 friends and people waiting because it's like networking, business related, I think that's okay. Like to say like, hey, if we haven't networked, interacted, blah, 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 over the course of a period of time, I'll be making room.
I want to tell you that I just chop you off. I know I haven't talked to you. You know you haven't talked to me. So
I'm just saying those.
I'm not gonna have to tell you.
I'm saying when I see those that way, I understand those.
I can respect
But when I
it.
see like the friend ones where they're like, oh, you know, if you ain't my real friend, I'm cutting my friend list down. I'm like,
you ain't check on me when I was going through.
I'm like, stop being weird.
Okay.
Or those posts that say, if you really cared, comment below, da da da, or you're out of here.
I'm not even gonna respond to that on purpose.
That's so dumb.
I dare you to delete me. I dare you to unfriend me. I'm not gonna comment on purpose. So if you're watching this and you think that does something to me,
send me an angry text.
I'm cool with that too.
An angry email. An angry message.
An angry message. Out of here. You're out of here.
Okay.
You know, be my friend no more. Oh, asking or begging for followers. It's kind of like begging somebody to be your friend.
See, again, I think business, friends, two different things.
Begging, hell no. Asking for followers, no. When you say, this is why you probably should follow my page, go follow my page because there's content there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's different. Like, hey, follow me. We're doing this. This is what I want you to see. But if you are like,
please, 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 please,
don't do that.
If you really love me, if you care, if you support me,
you know what that says?
Don't do that. Nobody likes you.
Desperate.
It says nobody likes you because people do it automatically if they want to. When you present them with
if
something,
I want to see you, I'm gonna follow you. If I want to see you, I'm gonna follow you.
If I'm interested in what you're selling, I'm there.
Yeah.
If I'm not,
so I mean, yeah.
So stop begging, guys. I've seen that too. I'm like, what? No, I'm not. Now I'm not gonna do it. because it's just weird. Bragging or showing off.
See, again, I'm like, I'm gonna argue with everything because that's just what I do.
Why would you? What do you mean? You can't. How you gonna argue with that?
Bragging or showing off? Because what's bragging or showing off to one person is just another person that's like, oh, I was just showing somebody what I was doing. I wasn't showing off.
Give me an example.
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I can give you one.
Go ahead.
Hey guys, look up my brand new Ferrari. I'm out here stunting on y'all.
Perspective.
That's me bragging. I'm out here stunting
guys,
on y'all. I'm out here stunting on
what
y'all.
if you're saying it like that, but if it's just a picture, you ain't saying nothing. So what if I'm like, hey, look at my brand new Ferrari, I'm so blessed.
Yeah.
And I'm just sharing it.
No. That's what I'm saying. In that content, that could still be bragging and showing off to some people.
To some people.
But,
so should I limit my, like, showing what I got because it might hurt somebody's feelings?
I'm not saying to do it or not to do it. I'm just saying just be conscious of when you do it and how you do it. Because if I'm out here and I'm doing something great and I feel like
I might just be wanting to show everybody that I'm blessed and.
So you're showing it off to everyone.
Yeah, but I'm showing them that I'm blessed. Like, you can be hopeful too.
Or your life just sucks because I have a Ferrari and you don't.
But I was at the bottom and now I'm up.
I guess.
Perspective.
I guess.
Perspective.
It's perspective, and I don't even like that word for real.
Why?
But they say when you're doing, because I don't like the word perspective, it's just weird. When you go on a great vacation or you get a nice little like promotion at work or you start bragging about those things, everyone can't go to Cancun and live in a best life in December.
So we shouldn't share because.
Could be showing off.
You know, I'm playing devil's advocate here because I'm going to talk about that later. Go ahead.
Just saying.
Talking about your business
Talking about your business ventures on Facebook. Unless the majority of people on Facebook are your partners, it doesn't even matter. You're talking about what you're going to be doing or where you're going to be.
You might as well be saying you're about to give out money.
It's crazy. Announcing things before you even happen too. Don't do that.
Because then you're giving away all your ideas.
Oh yeah. People
for free.
And
who does that?
And when it doesn't come like together, you're looking crazy.
Oh, and don't worry because somebody else on Facebook already got your idea and they're using it.
They'll wait for you. They'll give you like a grace period.
For free.
They were like, it's been about 30 days, 60 days. I ain't seen nothing. That was a good idea.
I ain't heard nothing about that.
Mm-hmm. No. That could be actually a turnoff for people you're doing business with as well. So when you're in a business meeting, I've seen people do this as well. You try to record the meeting or you're taking pictures in the meeting. Like that could be a turnoff to the person you're doing business with. They probably don't want people to know what that interaction is about.
Don't take pictures in meetings.
Yeah,
don't
people do it.
That.
I see it all the time.
And don't put it this way. Here's a good social media thing. Don't take out pictures and start taking pictures in circumstances where other people don't know you're taking pictures.
Yeah.
Now, I'm guilty, just like the next person, of being behind somebody or walking next to somebody and seeing like the funniest thing ever or a crazy outfit or something like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about things like business meetings, people's houses, in a doctor's office, things like that. Like, first of all, some people have like policies where it's not legal to do those things. And if you're not in that field professionally, then it might just be something that you're not privy to.
Right.
But they could get in trouble for it.
Because you're
doing something you're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So just make sure that you're mindful of your surroundings and where you're at and the environment you're in, because it may not be just somebody being mean. I was trying to think of like a nice word to say.
Yeah, or vindictive or whatever it can be. You just don't know. So don't do that. You have to, it's kind of like the tagging thing. Ask before you do. Like, you mind if I take a picture while we
Or do you mind if I use my phone? Or do you mind if I record? Or whatever.
Ask.
Just ask.
I've been in a situation where we were in a conversation, a group of people, and they whipped out the phone and they was doing one of these numbers. I'm like, what are you doing?
It's weird.
Why are you recording you talking? I didn't ask you to do that.
Weird. And I didn't even know, but I was in, where was I? CHKD. And they told me that I couldn't, and it was like a play area. They told me I couldn't have my phone. Like I couldn't, not that I couldn't have it, but they told me I couldn't record. So
I respect that.
I'm like, I didn't think of it when I was doing it because I was with my daughter, but I understood because, you know, there are like in school and stuff like that, they say like you can't record other people's kids.
Right.
So I was focusing on my own, but there were other kids in the room.
Yeah.
And when they told me, I was like, oh, okay. But you know, right away, people are like, what? She just told me I can't use my phone. And I was like, okay, it's not about me.
Yeah.
It's just the surroundings and the environment you're in. So I understood.
There can be some real mean-spirited people. So yeah, I can respect that. And it has to work for everyone, not just for those who are bad people. All right, so forgetting to write back.
I'm sorry. I'm guilty.
I'm guilty too. I've done it.
I'm guilty.
I've done. Not only on social media. I do that.
Text messages. Text messages is a different show, but social media, text messages, anything. I forget. I'm human.
I see it. You see that I saw it. I was going to respond, and somebody asked me a question.
You know what's crazy is that sometimes when I see it, I get my immediate thought, because you know I love to write, so I don't have a problem writing anything. I get my immediate thoughts together, go like this. Woohoo, I'm ready. I got it. Oh. I'm like, squirrel, you got something else to do. Like, and then I'm like, wait, I gotta go do that real quick. Let me get right back to this. Do you know I come back to it? What I wrote is still there, but I never hit send.
So I want to say this because I feel like I can't. I've texted Amanda a question for the show. 3 hours later, she responds back.
Like you just sent it.
And so by the time she responds, I'm like, what did she talk? Oh, I did. I texted her. Forgot.
So?
I'm guilty too. So on social media, when somebody like hits you in the inbox and ask a question, you might want to respond because they can see that you received it because your little bubble pops up to show that you saw it.
So, yeah. My ADD doesn't allow for multiple things to happen at one time in my life. And I have a lot of things going on sometimes. And sometimes I just look at it and I want to. I want to respond, but I don't have the strength. But a butterfly flies by and,
oh my God.
And I lose all composure. And I just can't.
It happens.
So, one thing I want to talk about when it comes to social media is, so we haven't touched it because we had a list and I have my little information to go on and we're going to go into that too. But people that are dating and using social media.
Good luck. It's a cool world out there.
So
it's cold.
It is hard to have a relationship and be looking at social media, especially if you're two like attractive people or people that are like outgoing and talk to a whole bunch of people and interact. Like some people just have social media, they have a bunch of friends, they look at it all day, they make comments, but they're not like
involved.
Yeah, like talking directly to people.
Right.
Like I don't go on social media and be like, hey Prince, look at this, check this out, ha ha ha, and we talk back and it doesn't work like that all the time. Like,
right.
I mean, you and I don't have the time for that, but that's just not something we do. But some people you will actually see like make a comment, somebody responds back, then another person responds back, then you have this like long thing of people talking and making conversation.
Right.
So I've seen it to where, you know, like somebody will post, you know, I'll have a friend come to me and say, Amanda, because they know everybody knows what I do for a living, so that they feel like they're coming to this like sound person for advice, right? I have this situation and I saw that he posted this. I think it looks funny. What do you think?
Right.
And I'm like, well, there are so many things that go into posting on social media. Yes. I could post something about my own personal life, like a thought or one of those memes or a relationship advice or relationship goals.
Right. Or has nothing to do with you.
Nothing at all. Like, usually my response is if the shoe fits where, like if you got offended, it's because you did it. It's because it has something personal to do with you. That's your stuff, not mine. But I know that some people see things and they're like, hey, me and him are in a relationship, and he posted something about, I'm trying to think of like a situation, like a sexual reference, where, you know, I'm looking for this, like being funny.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, I was so offended when I saw that he posted that, because I know me and him were messing around, but it's not like he put a poster on his social media that says me and him are a relationship. And sometimes I feel like
that's something else too.
Yeah, it gets weird.
When do you update your status that you're in a relationship with somebody on social
media? I don't
media?
think you have to.
You don't have to?
I don't think you have. I mean, I don't think that's necessary. It's none of nobody's business.
That's true.
It's none of nobody's business what you're doing in your private
life.
life.
Some people think it's important though.
Some people do think it's important because they feel the need to like brand somebody. Like, hey, you belong to me. That's mine. Don't play with that.
I licked it first.
That's my toy. That's my ice cream.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Don't look at it, even though they have 5,000 friends.
Don't that's my toy. Don't do that. But I don't. What's funny is the dynamics of a relationship in private obviously are very different from what you see out in the open.
Right.
And if you create a relationship where both people feel secure in that relationship, it's not even important because nobody's looking at what you're posting, or like 9 out of 10 times if you're dealing with them every day, you probably don't even look at their social media page.
Right.
But it's a matter of how you communicate in that relationship and what you're putting into that. Like, if more effort is going into your social media than going into your relationship, obviously the other person is going to be looking at your page going,
there's a huge problem.
What the hell are you doing? Like, you're on Facebook and Instagram 24 hours a day posting craziness, and I can't even get a phone call.
I text you.
And you didn't even
respond,
answer.
but you posted twice an hour. What the hell?
Just be and it's not a matter of saying somebody should or shouldn't do something on social media. It's just being mindful of what you're doing. Yeah,
because you're involving the world into your life. Like, especially with your relationships. I believe that relationships should be kind of private on social media. Only because people aren't sane. So if you're in a relationship, does it matter what you post on social media? Yeah. If it's something that so you know you're in a relationship. You can't post things out there that would attract people to come at you. So if you're posting something like, oh, let's say that your man is at work, he had to work overnight. Oh, I'm so lonely, I'm home alone, blah, blah, blah. Why would you post that? Or something that seeming to be single and you're not. Like, yeah, that's kind of disrespectful.
So do you have to post, I'm not single?
You don't have to post that. But
you just shouldn't give the impression.
You should give an impression that you're single.
Or available. It's
just, and because the guy or the girl can look at him like, so what am I, chopped liver? What's happening here? Because you're really out here fronting for the camera. I don't know what to do. It can get messy. Social media can destroy relationships.
Absolutely.
Period.
Because some people say, I'm like, my life on, now this is definitely not to me, because y'all see mine is like me and my daughter. Yeah. So everything that you see on there is pretty much, it is what it is. But a lot of the memes and stuff I post, they're not always in reference to my own personal life. They could be in reference to something I see that I just think is a neat saying, or something that I think is insightful, or something that somebody else shared that I just liked for whatever reason, or I have a friend going through this right now and it's really relevant. Or it could be stuff that I look at as something that just spoke to me based on my own experiences that I share because I was like, wow, that's really motivating, or probably something I needed to hear in a moment that I've been in before. Yeah. So it's not always
about you.
It's not about you.
And I think that's for most people. But some people are intentional. They will post things because they're going through something with someone, if it's a friend or in a relationship, and they'll find a cool little like snippet just to get their attention because they're not talking right now. But they know they're checking their social media, so it's like, I'm going out tonight with my fucking dress on, and there you go.
It is what it is. It is.
Some people do that.
What it is.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's like so what? It's social media.
It's social media,
what?
but it will kill a relationship. I'm just saying.
It will, because people take things super personal. We have a world full of pillows. Mad sensitive people.
I love that. I never heard that before.
A world full of pillows. Mad sensitive softies.
How many pillows do y'all know?
Like, people are so soft. Get some thick skin. Like, it's not that serious.
It's not that deep.
It isn't. It's like, it's
pillows,
pretty simple.
And not even the expensive pillows either. We're talking like $7
this is not
pillows.
My Pillow. They're not name brand.
They're not memory foam.
Nothing. They're just pillows. Like the little flimsy ones that after like a couple years, it's like flat.
Yeah. You might
pillow.
Yeah.
Get some thick skin, people.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Some people could get under your skin more than others.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a tendency to like people that actually mean something to me. Those are the people that bother me the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I actually like you, care about you, love you, the stuff you say will bother me.
Yeah.
Because I care.
Yeah.
So, based on how angry I get at you, it's how much I love you. Like that?
Sounds legit.
I guess.
Yeah.
So, we have only a few minutes left, so
Yes.
I want to touch on the serious stuff, right?
You gotta get into like some actual like
information. So the impact of social media on self-esteem. So there was a university in Pakistan.
Okay. It's legit because it came from Pakistan.
There's a university in Pakistan, the University of Utah. There's a couple, Pennsylvania University. I went through a few different studies, but this was an actual study that I printed out because they used like 200 people, I want to say. And I felt like, because, you know, this is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So the validity of the study was like relevant because they actually used real people. They spoke to them in person. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so they went through a group of like 200 people and came up with this. So social networking sites help people to make social comparisons, which increase the psychological distress of individuals as a result of lower overall self-esteem. So basically saying, due to the increase of use of social networking sites, people look at people, and if the majority of the people they're looking at are doing way better than them, as a result, their self-esteem decreases.
Wow.
Because we are people, and naturally we compare ourselves to others.
True.
So if the majority of the people I'm looking at are always doing way better, then I'm like, what's going on with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why am I doing so bad?
Yeah. The crazy part is, it's not even real.
It's not.
Life is made up. It's not even real.
It's not real.
They're in pajamas.
The study reviews how they did the research, and like what they came up with. So it can say that people offline can be living a very happy, healthy, prosperous life, and that may or may not be true. Usually people who are not posting as frequently are the people who are living their best life.
Because they ain't got time to go back and forth.
Because they ain't got time to be playing on Facebook. If they got time to be on Facebook 24/7,
they're not living their best life.
Because they always got a camera in their hand. Like, they're not living their best life. And it's not to say that people who post a whole, if you're one of those people who are on social media 24/7, I'm not saying you're not living your best life. Calm down. Relax. Yeah. What I'm saying is that is not necessarily the case.
Yes.
So the other part of this is, I'm gonna skip the rest of this because I'm not reviewing that whole thing.
It's a lot of information.
It is a lot of information, but.
And she has a highlighter. She highlighted it.
I moved the highlighter out of my way.
Okay.
So NewYorkBehavioralHealth.com has a whole bunch of studies published,
mm-hmm.
and one of them was social media use and self-esteem, and it also came up with the same results. That traditionally people make social comparisons. We look at people who are doing better, we feel worse. We look at people who are doing worse, and we feel better about themselves. So there was also a social study, literally social, that people who watch talk shows have increased self-esteem. Why?
Because people are crazy on talk shows. Like Jerry Springer, I'm not as bad as those
exactly.
people.
If I'm watching Maury Povich every day,
yeah,
and you are not the father,
yeah,
all the time, I'm like, I'm doing fantastic. I must be doing great.
Cake out here.
So the idea was that social media use is correlated to self-esteem by the type of friends you have, the type of relationships you're forming, how you're conducting yourself on social media. So this one in particular is the reason why I kept it out, was because it's in reference to children. So it says that children who use social media, most teens online have at least 300 friends. Pennsylvania State University did the research, and they're saying that teenagers can spend up to 12 hours a day online. And most frequently, the amount of teenagers that post in comparison to adults can remove their posts within 12 hours. So they're saying, and it correlates to the number of likes on the post. So if I post something and I only get 2 likes, they're saying teenagers usually within a few hours will go back and take it down.
Wow.
Because when you look at their social media as a whole, like you're scrolling through their Facebook profile, the number of likes on a page is important, right? Because it shows how many people are paying attention to your page. So they take things off that are less liked so they can look like overall everybody's liking their stuff. But I can see how that would correlate to depression or self-esteem, because
that's crazy.
if you see something and you're like, I only got 2 people that like that. Oh, nobody liked that post.
Only 2 people like me.
And if that happens to you a lot,
yeah,
then naturally, and it's not necessarily that people are not paying attention to your Facebook post. It's just like, that may have been a slow day on Facebook. Who knows?
You posted at the wrong time.
But it says, this review was done on a study of 8th and 9th graders and found that teens who use social media experience more symptoms of depression. And it was extremely true for those who were more unpopular. So those comparisons come with someone who's looking at social media and seeing people who are more popular, more wealthy, live in better neighborhoods, things like that. So it's important to just keep an eye on your kids. Be mindful of like increasing their self-esteem in a positive way outside of social media. Spend time with them and speak life into your kids, because what they're looking at online may not always be.
Yeah. You gotta realize too, social media can become an addiction. So to your point, if they're going on there to get validation, and they're getting it at some point, but then it's taken away. Have you ever seen those little memes where they have like the logos of social media and it's like a pill they give to people? Imagine if that's what's happening. You're getting that pill and somebody takes it away. They're not liking the picture. They're not commenting on it. They took the pill away and you get anxious, you know? So, I mean, keep that in mind. That's not just in kids, but that's in adults. But we're giving kids that same ability as if we say, you have to wait to drink. You have to wait till you're 21, but we're telling them as early as 15, 13, that you can get onto social media where there's a lot more hazards and a lot more self-esteem issues there.
They're just opening themselves up to things that they don't understand yet, they haven't personally experienced yet. And you cannot personally monitor. You can't monitor their whole life anyway. But as they grow up and they're exposing themselves to different things, especially with the way the world is today, computers and social media and different people they interact with, it can become more and more dangerous. And people just need to talk more. You know, communication.
Yeah, the moral of the story is, 1, don't let social media be like a marker for your life. It's just a tool that we use to interact with each other. It shouldn't be the only source of communication, and it really shouldn't be the only source of interaction with a person. You have to get out there and actually touch people, see people, hug people, hear their voice in person, and whatever that looks like for you. It's not necessarily a dating app as well.
It's not used to.
It's not Christian evil.
Don't do that.
So use it for what it's for, and then turn it off. Etiquette is a huge thing on social media. Don't get yourself in a situation or have a problem because you didn't know that you can't do that. And
don't get caught up in external things being a indicator of who you are personally, or your self-esteem, or how good or how bad you are.
Yeah, you're good enough. Don't worry. It's just a computer. They can't tell you anything about yourself. But yeah, make sure you drop your comments down below. We'd love to hear from you. Please like and share all of our videos. Go hit us up on our social media platform at Morning Coffee, and that's on Facebook and on Instagram. On Facebook is actually Morning Coffee. We shortened it up for you.
Good job.
Yeah. And you'll be able to tune in to see all the episodes that we already put out and the future ones as well. Please subscribe to the channel too so you can get more notifications every time we load up new content. Once again, thank you guys for joining us and hanging out. It's the Morning Coffee Show. I'm Prince Hakeem.
I'm Amanda Love.
And we'll catch you next time.
Yeah.